Yes, good afternoon to one and all. Am I audible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So last class we have seen the just introductory part of nuclear power station, and also we have studied or we have completed the our steam power plant in detail mode. Okay. So today we will see the nuclear power plant. So nuclear power plant, it is a basically uses the nuclear energy which is given out or produced during the nuclear fission reaction. As we know that a radioactive element like uranium, thorium undergoes the nuclear reaction. Specifically, it will goes undergoes through the nuclear fission reaction. Means what? A parent element is further converted or broken down into the two pieces. Okay, so whenever the highly radioactive element is bombarded with neutron particles, it will broken down into the small pieces, and along with that it will produces a tremendous amount of heat energy and also the three neutron particles. Okay, so last class we have seen the nuclear fission reaction. It is a chain reaction. Okay, so most important feature of the nuclear power station is that the huge amount of electrical energy can be produced from a relatively small amount of nuclear fuel. As I said earlier, 1 kg of uranium 235 can produce a heat which is equally produced by the burning of 4,500 tons of high grade coal. Okay, so uranium 235, it is a highly radioactive element, so it will produce a tremendous amount of heat energy, and that heat energy is utilized for the generation of the steam from the water. Okay, so at present, energy crisis is gripping us, and therefore, the nuclear energy can be successfully employed for the producing of a low-cost electrical energy on a large scale to meet the growing commercial and industrial demands. Energy crisis, specifically scarcity of the fossil fuels and least capturing of renewable energy sources. We are facing a energy crisis, so avoid that one. We can use the radioactive element for the generation of electrical energy, and this electrical energy, as I said earlier, it is a versatile form of energy. It can be converted into the number of usable form of energy. Okay, so to overcome the energy crisis, we have to use a nuclear power plant with a desired precaution. Okay, with desired precaution means what? While operating or while getting the energy from the nuclear power plant, we have to take the so much precaution because of radioactive element going to give a radiation that will dangerously affect on our human body, as well as it is very dangerous to the environment, and also it adversely affect on the animals also. Okay, so cancerous cell will be fastly produced inside the body of animals, so it is very dangerous. That should be handled with very precaution. Okay, so this is a nuclear fission reaction. As I said earlier, the nuclear reaction are of two types: nuclear fusion and nuclear fission reaction. Okay, so basic difference between the nuclear fission and nuclear fusion reaction is that As we know that we are getting the energy from the sun. It is an example of nuclear fusion. Okay, four hydrogen atoms combines to form a one helium atom. During the conversion of hydrogen atom into the helium 1 molecule, or we can say that atom, it produces a tremendous amount of heat energy at the surface of the sun, and that heat energy is come up to the earth, or we can say that up to the uh, space by the radiation phenomenon, with the help of electromagnetic waves. So in case of the nuclear fusion reaction, a parent or a single radioactive element, specifically a highly radioactive element, is broken down, or it is divided into the two uh, subparticles, or we can say that another form of nuclear radioactive element, and it will produces a tremendous amount of heat energy. Okay, so combining of two or more than two atoms to form a one new atom along with production of heat energy is nothing but the nuclear fusion. And one single atom or element is broken down into the number of pieces along with the production of heat energy is nothing but the nuclear fission reaction. Okay, at a nuclear power station we are practicing nuclear fission reaction, not a nuclear fusion reaction. Okay, at the sun or at the surface of the sun there is a nuclear fusion reaction. Means what? The four hydrogen atom combines to form a one helium atom, and along with that there is a production of plenty or tremendous amount of heat energy. Similarly, in case of nuclear fission reaction, highly radioactive element, it will be broken down whenever it is bombarded by the neutron particle, and it will converted into the two subparticles along with formation of three neutrons. Okay, these newly formed neutrons once again collides with the parent element, and it will once again provide the two subparticle along with three neutron particles. Okay, this process is this process is continuous up to the end of parent element. Okay, so this process will be continue, and so this process we can call it as chain reaction. Okay, chain reaction means what? The first step products will act as a reactant for the next step. If you are studying the chemistry, then we will come to know the what is the chain reaction. Okay, uh, we will see the next. I think this part also we have seen in yesterday's class. So see over here, animated representation of nuclear fission reaction. So see over here, incident neutron is bombarded or collides with the fissionable nucleus. Fissionable nucleus means what? Highly radioactive element. Okay, like a uranium 235. It is a highly radioactive element. Basically, this uranium is found in Australia, Canada. If we aware the current affairs means what? Our Indian government um, done a one pact with the Canadian government and Australian government to import the uranium 235 from them to run our nuclear power station, which is situated in various states of India. Okay, like Tarapur, we know that Kalpakkam, Tarapur, there is a nuclear power station. Okay, if we search on the YouTube, you will get the detail of Tarapur nuclear power station, and you will get the detailed knowledge about how the radioactive element is converted into the heat energy. Okay, so this over here shown fission product means what? At the first step, the fissionable nucleus is split up into the two subparticles or the sub element. Okay, beryllium and thorium, and this yellowish part represents the heat energy. Okay, heat energy. And this red small ball like structure, it will represents the neutron particles which is produced in a first step. Okay, and these neutron particles once again bombards on the fissionable nucleus, and it will continue the process. Okay, this is a complete chain reaction, and it will be continue up to the end of fissionable nucleus. Okay, so remember this point. All the nuclear power plant on the globe, they are work on this nuclear fission reaction. Okay, so this part is very important, so remember this point. So example for the highly radioactive element are uranium 235, uranium 236, thorium, beryllium. These are the some example of highly radioactive element. Zirconium is also a radioactive element. Okay, so the general schematic arrangement for the nuclear power plant or the nuclear station is shown over here. See over here, similar to the thermal power station or the steam power station, all remaining part is same, but only the uh, steam generating plant is different. Okay, and we say that air economizer, air preheater, and this parts is not found over here. Remaining part is similar to that of the steam power station. Okay, so see over here, as we know that we have seen the steam power station in detail mode, you will easily get the idea in the nuclear power plant what actually is doing there and how the electrical energy is obtained. Okay, so see over here, the nuclear reactor, it is the heart of nuclear reaction, nuclear power plant. Am I audible? Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes.
Sir,
yes, nuclear reactor, it is the heart of nuclear power plant. Okay, so nuclear reactor basically um, going to provide the surface where the actual radioactive element is broken down, or nuclear reaction, basically a fission reaction is taking place inside the nuclear reactor. Okay, nuclear reactor. So this similar to that of in boiler. In case of the steam power station, the nuclear reactor is a boiler for nuclear power plant. Okay, actually is not like this one, but we can say that equivalent. Okay, so actually in the nuclear reactor, generation of heat energy is done, and by using that evolved heat energy, this metal, we can say that molten state of potassium permanganate KMnO4 is nothing but the metal is used molten state. So remember this molten state of the metal means what? And under the high temperature and absence of air, the metal is heated and it is converted into the liquid form. That is nothing but the molten state of the material. Okay, if you are studied the various states of matter or material, then you will get the molten state. Okay, molten state means what? The solid metallic element or metal element is heated at a high temperature and high pressure, and it is converted into the liquid form. Okay, so this liquid form metal is used as a working fluid up to the heat exchanger. Okay, up to the heat exchanger means what? Heat from the nuclear reactor is transferred to the steam, sorry, transferred to the water, or we can say that boiler or heat exchanger through the liquid metal. Okay, liquid metal. So see over here, nuclear reactor going to provide the surface area where the nuclear fission reaction is taking place, and tremendous amount of heat energy is produced inside the nuclear reactor. And by using this large amount of heat energy, this liquid metal is going to um heated up at high temperature, and this hot metal or a liquid molten state of the metal is transferred towards the heat exchanger. Okay, transferred towards the heat exchanger. Yes, and in the heat exchanger, from the water feeding system, the water is come inside the heat exchanger. Okay, as we know that in case of the boiler, the water is fed to the boiler from the economizer we have seen in the steam power station. Okay, so over here the economizer, that part is not present over here. So directly the water is fed to the heat exchanger. Okay, where the actual heat exchange between the hot metal and water is taking place. Okay, and actual the steam generation is taking place inside the heat exchanger only. So see over here, the hot metal is come inside the heat exchanger, and water is fed to the heat exchanger by using the feed water pump. Okay, and actual the heat exchange between the water and molten metal, it is taking place inside the heat exchanger. Okay, so actually the exchange of heat energy is taking place in the heat exchanger arrangement. Okay, so whenever we provide the uh, heat energy to the water will get converted into the vaporization, or it will be get converted into the gaseous state. Okay, so the vapor or gas or the steam is come out from the steam, sorry, heat exchanger, and it is heated on the turbine. Okay, so up to this process we have to hold. Okay, so see over here, um, firstly the water is lifted from the river or reservoir, we can say that, and it is transferred to the over here. Water treatment plant is not shown over here, but water treatment is very necessary, as we have known that what is the significance of water treatment plant. Yes or no? So tell me the what is the significance of water treatment plant? Yes, anyone? What is the importance of water treatment plant in the generating station? Yes, anyone? Tell me.
for cooling purpose and to produce steam.
I'm asking what is the purpose of water treatment plant inside the generating station?
Cooling
Water
purposes.
water treatment plant. I'm asking, in last class we have seen that to avoid the corrosion of metallic part or the metallic structure present inside the generating station, uh, which is protected from the corrosion by providing the clean and, tell
Safe
me,
water,
clean and
clear
to get
water.
the clear
Should
water. Okay, or a minimum salt dissolved condition. Okay, so water treatment plant actually going to remove the sedimented particle, dissolved gases, and
impurity water.
dissolved impurities, and also sulfate products are also removed from the water to avoid the formation of the scale and scale inside the boiler. So water treatment plant is very important. So first of all, water is lifted from the reservoir or the river, and it is to transferred towards the water treatment plant. Okay, and then this water is uh, go inside the cooling tower, or we can say that it is not exactly going to the cooling tower, but it is stored at a centrally. And so hold this process up to this one. Whenever the steam is heated on the turbine, as we know that various type of the steam turbine are there. In this turbine, the exhausted steam is collected in the condenser from the turbine. Okay, so condenser, what it will be going to do? Tell me.
They mean to water.
So, a condenser, it will convert the gaseous state of the water into the liquid state. Okay, means what? A steam is converted into the liquid form of the water. Okay, inside the condenser. Okay, so condenser output means what? Condenser containing the liquid state of water but a high temperature. Okay, so this high temperature water is cooled down for the certain temperature by using the cooling tower. Okay, means what? Condensed water is fed to the cooling tower where the actual heat from the cold water, sorry, liquid state of water is removed and it is cooled down for the certain temperature. Okay, and from the cooling tower the water is once again circulated uh, by using the circulating water pump to the condenser, and finally it is feeded to the heat exchanger by using the feed water pump. Okay, so this process is complete. And as we know that in the turbine, whenever the turbine blade mm, heated by the steam, then it will going to rotate and it will produces a mechanical energy. Okay, so mechanical energy is converted into the electrical energy by using the alternator. Yes or no? Since the alternator shaft is coupled with the turbine shaft, so the alternator, it will going to rotate. Whenever the turbine going to rotate, the alternator will produces a electrical energy. So I think you are very much clear about the induction motor. Yes or no? Induction motor or the electrical machine. So tell me, which type of alternator should be used in the nuclear power plant, or which type of generator is used inside the nuclear power plant?
This
Yes, tell me. Which type of alternator you have to use? Yes, tell me. I'm asking question for all you people. Which type of alternator we have to use over here and why? You have completed your diploma, yes or no? Tell me. Yes. Have you completed your 3-year diploma course? Have you completed or not? Yes. Tell me. Yes. So tell
Synchronous
me,
type.
synchronous type generator. Okay. Another answer? Yes. Which type of alternator or generator we have to use in this case and why? Yes. Tell me, anyone? Yes.
Synchronous type for continuous generation.
Another answer is there? Anyone? Tell me. One answer I have got, synchronous generator that can be used as a alternator. Okay. So another answer for the same question. Yes. Yes. Tell me. Yes. Tell me. Yes. Tell me what are the various types of generator? Yes. Tell me what are the different types of generator? Yes. Am I audible? Yes. Tell me what are the different types of generator? Have you studied or not? Tell me one thing. Have you studied? Yes. तुम्ही अभ्यासले का कुठं टाइप्स ऑफ जनरेटर्स? AC जनरेटर, DC जनरेटर अभ्यासले की नाही कुठं? Have you studied the subject AC machine? Yes.
Yes, sir.
DC machine have you studied?
Yes, sir.
So in that various types of generator are there. So tell me what are the different types of generator? Yes. Suppose you have a windmill. In that case, which type of alternator we have to use? Yes. Tell me. And why? Yes, tell me. Why I am going to asking you means I have told you which type of generator and why it is used. Okay, in case of hydropower plant also I have told. In case of steam power station I have also told. So now I'm going to ask you which type of alternator is used in the nuclear power plant and why. Yes, tell me. So tell me one thing. Over here, the turbine will rotate with constant speed or variable speed? Yes?
Variable speed.
Uh,
Constant speed.
constant speed. Another answer, variable speed is there or not? Yes?
Variable speed
So
turbine.
out of these two answer, means what, constant speed or variable speed? Tell me which one is the correct?
Variable speed.
Variable speed is correct. Okay. Another one answer? How it will be varied? Tell me one thing. Speed of the turbine, how it will be varied? Someone is telling me portable and inverter and standby. Means inverter and standby means I think Anil Kamble from SY. So tell me or explain or elaborate your answer. Yes, I think SY regular student completed this total part. Okay, your syllabus is almost completed. So tell me which type of alternator you should use. Yes, tell me. SY student, I think 1 2 3 near about 10 to 15 SY students are joined. So tell me which type of alternator we have to use and why. Tell me one thing, the turbine speed is variable or constant? I have got some, from someone, the turbine will rotate with variable speed. How it will be varied?
It rotates its constant speed in nuclear power plant.
In case of hydroelectric power plant, the turbine will rotate with
Constant
Variable speed.
constant speed or variable speed.
constant speed.
In case of steam power station, turbine will rotate with
Constant speed.
constant speed. So the speed of the turbine depends upon
base load, load over.
No, I'm not asking um, the alternator speed. I'm asking the turbine speed. So what is the reason behind turbine will going to rotate? Tell me. Yes? Why the turbine is going to rotate? By heating
Heating a
the
steam
steam. Okay.
turbine blades and
Yes. By heating the steam, due to the force exerted by the steam on the turbine blade, turbine will going to rotate. Yes or no? So the turbine speed, either it is constant or
yes,
variation, is depends upon the input supply of the steam. Okay, input supply of the steam. So see over in this case, if you are studying the base load power plant, means what? The steam input to the turbine is constant. So the speed of turbine will be remain constant. As we know that, or as per our knowledge and as per we have studied, whenever there is a constant speed of the prime mover is available, in that case we have to use the generator which will run on the constant speed. So synchronous motor, it is the constant speed motor, as we know that. Synchronous motor, it is the constant speed motor. So synchronous generator, it is a constant speed generator. So input speed of the prime mover is constant, means what? Synchronous generator should be used as a alternator in case of base load power plant. Have you got the idea? Why should the alternator is a synchronous generator?
Yes.
I am asking for all people. Have you got the idea why the alternator is a synchronous generator?
Yes.
yes, sir.
I'm asking SY student also and DSY student also.
Yes, sir.
All of you got the idea? Yes?
Yes, sir.
So see over here,
Yes, sir.
whenever there is a variable speed, in that case we have to use the induction generator. Okay, induction generator. So remember this point. So I think time limit for the Zoom meeting is almost complete. So we have to join it once if it is disconnected. Okay. So we will continue in next slide. Have you got the idea? A schematic arrangement of nuclear power plant? Yes, tell me.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
All of you
Yes,
got the
Hello,
idea?
sir.
Yes. All
Yes.
people. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes, tell me.
Which metals are hot metals are used in nuclear power plants for the exchangers?
Actually,
Exchanging the heat.